Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of The Burning Topic with me, Skycom Shiman Oli Otlan Libatuba Serious. Hi, today guys, we have an episode where secrets are going to be revealed, right? A whole lot is going to be said, and I'm so excited for this one. She is, in my eyes, a millionaire, right? She made millions out of this whole situation. She's not a gatekeeper. She helps a whole lot of people, her and her man, right? And then she's also in a polygamous marriage. She ukshadile leya girl. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the one and only Go Tiran. Kunjan Sisi. Wait. Okay, I'm forgetting.
Kiteng likai Nina.
Not Nina.
Yeah, I'm still learning, man.
Oswaka. First of all, how is your relationship with Patrick now?
Patrick? Who's Patrick?
Patrick the cow.
Oh, man. So, actually there we were going to choose for my lobola. That was a cow that we were going to choose for my lobola, and then we met this famous cow called Patrick that is worth 2 million.
No, not 2 million.
They don't even sell it.
Who would buy a cow for 2 million?
It's worth that.
Oh, crazy. Okay.
Yeah. It's worth that. Yeah, because as the person that sells the cows tells his backstory, it's like it was the first cow ever to give him the cows that he now have.
Crazy.
Which is over more than 1,000 cows now he has. And he sells cows, so it's in his heart, I guess.
And speaking of cows, congratulations on your nuptials.
Thank you, man.
You got married to the one and only Andile Mofokeng, and I was like, okay, she's brave.
Why do you say I'm brave for marrying him?
You became a second wife. What do you mean? Not a whole lot of girls, can do what you did, especially at your age. You know what I mean? And what made you to say, you know what, I'm doing this. I love this person. Okay.
I can just give you a little bit of a back story. So he was my crush before I dated him. He was actually my crush from grade 10. I was still staying in KZN. He was this side. We didn't know each other at all. But personally, I believe in manifestation. I believe in prayer. Like, whatever you want, just be specific. If you know the person's name, mention their name in your prayers at all times.
Right.
And then from there, we met in seminars. From seminars, like, I was just like, yeah. As much as, okay, I can say that I wasn't fully sure whether by then I was attracted by looks or what he does and his personality out on social media. But as I got to know him after he left FX Codes, got to spend time with him, like not in a dating manner, just got to know like him in a personal level. I was just like, this is the person I'd like to spend my life with. So
that's amazing. Well, kupang for the blessings. Now I'm to spend, the rest of my life with this person that I'm seeing right now. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. But anyway, 3 years in the game, 3+ years in the game.
Yes.
Is this your 4th year now?
Yes.
Which is incredible. Like, I've never heard of a female. I've been searching for females. I searched and I found you. And who's this girl? Chantel. Do you know Chantel?
Yeah, I know Chantel.
Me being a messy person, what's up with you and Chantel?
There's nothing happening, man.
So why did you have to say that hard?
Like, I'm just like, I know her.
Are you guys friends?
No.
Have you guys met?
No. Yes. We met at FMAS, but not meeting like, nothing big. Obviously, you wouldn't. Let's just say on the other side, on my side, I'm cool with that. But other people wouldn't be friends with people that are kind of of a threat. Because, like, what I'm meaning by that, people shouldn't hear me bad. If I'm saying kind of a threat, I'm not speaking about what you're portraying on social media, but I'm speaking about the work. I'm speaking about the charts. I'm speaking about real things, you know? So
do you feel she intimidates you? Is that what
she
you're saying?
intimidates me?
Yeah.
Unfortunately not.
The other way around?
It's why I'm saying the other way around.
It's yours.
Nah, man, not even. Because, like, we've spoken a few times. Because as there was a time whereby I was just inviting female traders in my podcast. She said that this was her answer. Unfortunately, I can't attend because there's already a Women in Forex campaign that is running. So that got me like to wonder and ask myself questions. So am I not supposed to run something with the females just because you're saying it's there, or what? So it was just like, okay, let me just back off. Let me just back off. Let me not keep on pushing and continue with the rest.
Shoot, that's crazy.
But it wasn't a big deal, I guess.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
I guess because you can't also force someone, to do something that they don't want to do. And I'd prefer hearing that lie than someone ignoring me when I'm trying to say, oh, dude, you said, and you're not pulling through. But then, anyway, your motto says no pain, no gain.
No risk, no gain.
No risk, no gain. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, no risk, no gain.
Yes.
I'm thinking of muscles now. No risk, no gain.
Yes.
Do you live up to that?
Yes, I live up to that. Which also, that will back up that statement. I remember when I started learning Forex, the way I was so passionate about everything, and I had to leave home and come this side to attend a seminar that was hosted by FX Code when they were still together by then. As I left home, I didn't tell them at home. That's the first thing. And I was still doing my grade 11 or 12. I didn't tell them at home. I didn't know where I was going to sleep. It was going to be my first time being in Joburg. But I was just like, I'll see when I get there.
No risk,
no gain.
No gain.
And if I didn't risk, I wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
Because that's where they noticed me.
And then I saw you with, I think the first time I saw you was with the twins, if I'm not mistaken. Were you a part of the
group? Yes.
Yeah. Are you still?
No, the group separated a long time ago.
Why?
There was a lot that happened. Which, in brief, I can say that on my side, I was fired. I was fired with other people that were fired before me. And, yeah, I can say in simple terms, after Andy left, it didn't go well anymore. Because, as small mentors, we admired him, we looked up to him also. He was one person that we could communicate with in a personal level. As much as when I got there, I didn't spend much time with him at the office and all of those stuff, because I think he left a month later as I had just joined the FX Code team. And in that short period of time, I was just like, this person is actually a good person, because he assisted me with moving in together with other mentors, small mentors. He made sure that I know where to get my taxis and all of those stuff. So after he left, it was just like, okay.
Dynamics changed.
Yeah, a lot changed, but we still worked well with the gents. And yeah.
Shoo. I would like to know about this dynamic that changed.
It's just that, I don't wanna. I'll speak Zulu in this one. Angfuni ukumba islonda isisipholile kwabanye yabona. So it's why I'd rather highlight rather than going even deeper with the situation on what was happening and all of those stuff. I feel like everyone has moved on. In them moving on, let me not bring them back in such a situation, because we cool now with the gents. Everything is just good. I still love them very much. They're in my heart. They're here. And I always say that everyone always laughs at me. Like, they're still here no matter what.
Bella, it's giving media training. It's giving, I know what I need to say for this question, and you're doing exactly that.
Not even.
For real?
Not even.
Bella, I'm speaking to a whole podcaster here.
Nah, I wasn't that good as yet. I wasn't that good as yet. I feel like you made me feel comfortable. Like, maybe if you can come up with fire questions, then.
Oh, man's a love.
It's small waters. I live an honest life, so.
Which is amazing. And speaking of podcasting, girl, 4 months, you haven't posted. What's happening?
The problem is that, number one, I was doing a podcast that only involved ladies, and women in Forex are limited. You know, we don't have much women in this industry. So I ran out of women.
That's it.
That's it.
Sure.
Others are just not in South Africa. Most of them are not in South Africa.
Which is crazy. What do you guys do?
What do
if
you
you're
mean?
not into the Forex industry?
Hey, I don't know. What do you do? Because you are not in the Forex industry.
Well, I try to be in the Forex industry.
How is it?
Bang schema. Oh, this guy named Lulama. I don't know if you know him. You don't know him?
For as long as you are being scammed by a person, it means that you haven't traded Forex. You are not trading Forex. You're still trading people over there.
Yeah, and also I watched your podcast at the what trader thingy. I'm not trading. I just can't remember how it said. And you said something about. I'm losing train of thought. You said that you started off training with people until you didn't. Never mind. Okay. You said something about using people's. What are those things? Kunja they sent signals. Yes, I can tell. You use someone's signals until you realize, no, man, if they are saying sell, I'm seeing buy. And then you later on realize, no, and I don't need to depend on this person to, have my own signal. Yeah. So do you get me?
Yes, I get you.
So, yeah.
What's up with that?
I was like depending on someone to give me signals for very long time, and then I got to realize, no, that person was actually getting signals somewhere
also.
And then when they found out, they cut ties with him, and then that's when we started seeing losses and stuff. I was one of those people that really could see I'm seeing a different movement. What do you mean sell? Because this is going the other way around. And then people couldn't see it. Some could see it, and obviously win, and you'd see obviously people having blues. They're in the blues and you're out here in the red. You're blowing accounts. It's crazy. But then we made money, that smaller money until we couldn't make money anymore. And I was like, okay, it's not for me anymore. But I want to go back into it. I just don't have. I feel like I have trust issues.
The first thing is that. Should I continue?
Yeah.
All right. So I feel like the first thing is that you gotta have the knowledge, and in you having the knowledge. Sorry, why am I stuttering? So
it's fine.
So in you having the knowledge, you gotta have the right knowledge before you can even say you want to put in your money. So in me saying the right knowledge, you have to know what is Forex all about.
Right.
Why do you even trade Forex? Like, how do you even trade Forex, So with you understanding all of those things, you'll be able to now say and be confident that I'm ready to invest in this thing. And also in terms of like people sharing signals, it's like what they do. I won't lie to you, it's what they do. They'll pay for someone's signals only to find that they are going to make other people pay and copy and paste. So
Which is crazy. And then that person made us do a whole joint thingy.
account.
That was, yeah, joint account. And then that's where I was like drawing the line. Because after that, we started seeing secrets coming out in the group. And I was in Tiran that time. I was on holiday with my friend. And then we started hearing, oh no, I blew the account. I blew the account, and then he started showing us on and giving us, you know, logins to see how much money is left. And I'm seeing there's money, but it's not money. I don't know, Nje, I can't remember what I was going through, but I was just like so invested in what does anyone have, like everyone else have to say. I can't speak. What's happening?
I don't know, man. And I'm so chilled. Maybe it's because you didn't explain the wing issue.
Says a lab.
Oh, okay. I thought you forgot.
No, I didn't forget.
Okay.
I normally forget, and we just wing it.
Okay.
But then, and then everyone started, you know, saying things like, "Oh, this person was actually borrowing money from me." This person was saying the same thing. This person was saying the same. I'm like, this person has been leashing off of people for a very long time, and no one said anything, and still even went into the joint account without even hesitating. And then he was like, okay, yeah, he started being arrogant. He started being crazy. Yeah, you know, yeah, people, I get it, were threatening him, or we're gonna, you know, take you to the police and open cases and stuff. And he was like, nah, you actually know why you know, joined this whole situation. You know the risks. And that's what you got yourself into. And I was like, okay, cool. I guess I know. So fast forward, he just disappeared. No one knows. But then my red flag was after paying for his thing and he came to me, he was walking. He took taxis to come see me. He was even wearing slides. How much is drink? His legs were very wide. And I was like, okay, let's see what's happening.
So you're trying to tell me that money speaks before they speak. Okay. Because now you're describing how they were, meaning that they showed you that this one doesn't have money.
Yeah. And
okay.
First impression is the best.
Very important.
Because it's really important to show up as you want people to
address you.
So yeah, he just pulled up and he was telling me what I already knew, like the basics of Forex. And I was just like, okay, cool. You know what? Anyway, my money's gone. So I just have to see what's happening. And then, okay, cool. He started giving us signals and they were good. And I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. Started making money. Signals. I think what I based it on was that I was depending on signals, which is crazy. Would have been far by now.
I feel like a lot of people really, whenever like they pay for signals, they forget to like kind of. They forget to kind of like
adapt.
Don't add the knowledge, you know, and then they feel like. What is important is to make money for that moment. But what happens if that person stops sending signals? Does it mean also you'll stop making money? So in most cases, as I was also once in such a trap of like depending on signals very much.
What happened? Why
So in that being said, I was once also in the trap of like using a lot of different people's signals depending on them until one will send a buy and another person will send a sell. I ended up getting confused. Should I buy? Should I sell? Which one should I do? And then that's where I saw Gutiazin. And whenever we took losses, I'd like, rather than blaming myself, I'd blame the mentor in most cases. So
I mean, you're expecting to win, sorry. You're expecting to win all the time. I mean,
which is not true.
Yeah.
Like now, as I'm a mentor, now I see what they were also going through. So in that being said, until I took a decision that, you know what, in order to blame myself, let me try and create my own signals, as in like sending my signals to myself, you know, analyze, have a strategy that is effective, that I have tested or back tested, I should say, that I trust, so that if it turns against me, I have no one to blame but myself. Until obviously you won't get it right from the get-go. You won't get it right in a month. There will be times whereby, like, in a month or so, you'll make crazy money. You leave whatever you were doing and say, I got this in Forex, only to find that that's your downfall. That's your next. There, it was just beginner luck. And then after that, you know? So, yeah. And I feel like you gotta go through something in order to be somewhere.
Right.
It's stages.
What stage am I on?
You are in a break. You are taking a break.
A very long break.
Which is not a good thing, trust me. Taking a break in Forex is not a good thing. Even a week, like, or 2 weeks. I usually say to my student, even if you don't have an account to trade with, try making sure that you analyze each and every day. Even if you don't execute, but make sure you analyze each and every day, simply because the market conditions change every now and then. So in the market conditions changing every now and then, when you come next week without analyzing like the past week, you'll be confused. What is happening? There'll just be those stuff, you know. So on my side, which also that I wouldn't have understood that if I've never went through that.
Okay, cool.
You know.
So I mentioned that you made millions, and you said,
guys,
which one is which? You haven't made that much.
And I've never said that, guys.
I said you said, but I just assumed.
Nah, guys, I don't wanna lie, guys, because lies follow you wherever you go. I know.
So
guys.
you haven't touched a million?
Accumulatively,
yeah,
I have.
You have,
and I only noticed like maybe early this year. Good Haibo. I've once reached this level. It's simply because like money comes in and out, in and out. As much as, okay, there are accounts that are just safe and all of those stuff, but in most cases, the ones that are not in the fixed accounts and all of those stuff, it's in and out, in and out, in and out. I was building at home, bought my, okay, I don't want to speak about this. Yes, I almost said something. So yeah, Jay, I was just in and out, you know? So yeah.
Which is crazy. What is the biggest risk you've ever taken as a Forex trader?
As a Forex trader?
Not even as a Forex trader.
In my life?
Yeah.
I feel like the biggest risk I've ever taken is trading Forex. Cause no one believed in it at home. And beside, in the area I was in, it wasn't much of like an advanced area that has access to such thing, internet and all of those stuff. Not really internet, but I don't know how I can put it, like, I don't know how I can put it, but it wasn't an area where they believe in such things as like making money online and all of those stuff. They all believed in that school is the way. They all have that mindset. Like in my community, like people have graduated, degrees, diplomas, and me on my own, even at home, I have sisters with degrees, what, and then me alone, I only say, I'm not going to school. I feel like it was the biggest risk because there were words spoken on that saying that there's no such thing, it will never work, you'll never make it in that. So I had to prove before I enjoyed trading. You know, first things first, it was having to prove that this thing is possible. After proving, now it's a matter of fact of enjoyment.
Because you even build a house, were they going to build a house? No shade to the sisters. We love you.
So, yeah.
So how did you take the words? Obviously, I can imagine.
One thing about me, it's just that now a lot have happened in life. I wish to be the Tiran back then rather than the Tiran now. Like, I feel like back then I was more of a risk taker and a person who doesn't care. You speak bad about me or not, I am not shaken, man. Whatever I believe in, I know it definitely happens that way through efforts, through passion, through prayer. Those were the three things that worked for me. So whatever you say, I'd ask you, who are you to say that if God hasn't said that? It was a matter of fact of like, I'm possessed somehow. Nothing. You could never tell me otherwise at all. at all. As much as there were those times whereby I felt down and I felt like someone could motivate me, instead I'd get suppressed because they'll be saying the same words. But for the mere fact that I usually said, God, you know. God,
you alone know. Let's get into the eating. Now, ladies first. I want to try speaking isiZulu. So being married, I know I asked you this question. Being married to a Sotho man, how are the challenges for you?
Okay. It's actually not different as marrying a Zulu person, Zulu guy from my side. Simply because he knows Zulu, he knows the culture. He can speak Zulu. Thank you. He knows Zulu. He knows how to speak Zulu. He knows the culture. Like, I don't feel the difference. Besides me having to try and speak Sotho with his family, because I can't speak with the elders English. In most cases, I speak Zulu when they don't understand, but they also know Zulu. Because Andile is half Zulu and half Sotho.
I mean, it makes sense. Andile. There's no Andile and Sotho, so...
So, yeah. It's...
and then the challenges you faced, since you mentioned also your dad is like very strict. And you getting into a polygamous marriage.
Yay!
What were the challenges, my sister?
Yay! Yay!
You went through it.
Yay! Like, yeah. My dad actually is the one who found out latest, you know? Because I can say he fully found out when the letter came that they want to come and pay. He, at work, they used to show him videos on social media saying, Aibo, here's your child, what. Yo, this other time he wrote me a text. He sent me the video and wrote me a text underneath saying that, what? Oh, he said, Amanyala es sotomane komora. And you know what I had to say? Hi, Baba, this thing is edited. Like, you see, he's not kissing me. He stopped right here, and him stopping right here, and then they edited for it to be as if there's nothing like that, and we're going to be paid for it. I think he bought it, but you could see that this person is not
this
buying it.
This person was influenced already.
This person is not buying it. Sometimes he'll be angry at me, meaning that by then they would have shown him like another video, and then you'll find that he doesn't call me for the whole week. Because one thing about my dad, ever since I moved in the Val, way before I got married or even started dating, he calls me every day till today. Even today, he's still going to call. Like, he calls me every day. So I'll notice whereby he spends the whole week without calling me. I'll know it's should be. And then my mom would tell me, people from work showed him another video. He said, because my mom knew. I told my mom. And my mom also was just like, it's Obega, not you. Not you. I was just like, hey, it happens, man. But I can expect it from other kids, not you. Because they said, Guinness Kwele, wara, and all of those stuff. Not you. I was just like, I do have it. Like, I do have it. I feel like there's no female that doesn't, unless you don't care. Unless you don't care.
So you don't have Isquel in this relationship? Or you've learned to accept?
I've learned to control it. I've learned to control it and accept, as much as I won't lie and say sometimes as Vugi in some situations. It does, like, Vuga in some situations, but not that now I act on it. No. My mom was simply saying not you, simply because she knew Wutsi before. I usually act on it. So I got to learn not to act on it, to accept, okay, this person is also dating my man, and all of those stuff.
Who came first? Obviously her.
Okay. Okay, so it's obvious. You asking me, yes, you answering.
Until they mention you as my second wife, you know. So who came first into the relationship?
Okay, I can say they dated first
Okay.
and they separated. After they separated, time went by, I was in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And me, they already had a kid while separated. And then I was in the picture. And me being in the picture, time went by and then she came back. I'd say she's the first simply because on my side it was a matter of fact of they have a kid, you know. So also if I was in her shoes, I was going to be like, why would you regard her as the first while you have no child with her? You haven't been through like a lot with her also. Like I would kind of feel like should be now serious and all of those stuff. So it was a matter of fact of she can be the first or what. It's this on my side it's the same thing. Like there's no difference because we are treated equally. What's done on the left is done on the right. There's no such thing that Mam Kulu will get this first and then Mam Ngane will get the second. No, everything is done same time equally in most cases.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I becoming so emotional?
What?
I don't know. I'm just like, you have to go through that just for love.
Mm-hmm.
Did you really like him like that to go through such a thing?
I feel like it's even more than just like, you know, because if you can ask me the reasons behind it, I wouldn't like mention personality, type of person, this good person. Nah.
Because this man basically was cheating on you in a way.
Yeah.
Tobile.
Like, it's way beyond that. It's way beyond that. And besides, guys, it is what it is, I guess. And besides, it's way beyond that. As I said, it's way beyond explanations on why do I love this person. Like, I don't have any explanation. Not even. Not even. Because if that was the case, like, I wouldn't notice wrong stuff. I adjust things. As much as I laugh a lot, but in me laughing is how I get angry also. So if there is something that is used, you don't even notice some stuff. You just mice everything. Smile. I'm not like that. And besides, my mom would see it first. So yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mara not in Ekaya. How are you? Not
because I feel like umuntu azoyimela lento le ukhona la.
No, not even. Mina, it's words.
It's words.
Words.
You can drill someone with your words.
Not even drilling. It's a matter of fact of like whatever you do, have a valid reason behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just do things just because. And to tell muntu am bank chitela no ba.
Ngolrato.
How ngani yakhe mos? Is it part of cheating?
Hey, it is part of cheating. The fact that he went back and said, "Shogutsu and Auna," something that she has.
It's not even the case. I always knew that they were going to get back together.
What happened?
Simply because Andy is a polygamist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so weird to call my man by his name. I'm not used to that.
What do you call him?
Daddy, baby, babana. So it's so weird, you know.
No wonder I keep my own. So
in that being said, I always knew they were going to get back together because, like, even before we dated, so he separated with his ex, and then we became close to each other, but not dating, not doing anything, just me being there for him in the situation that he was in, our fights with the team and all of those stuff. So I was always there for him. Okay. And he's a polygamist. It's not the first time. Even with the baby mama, Lerato, they were in a polygamous relationship before. So this is the second one that is a success, actually. So, yeah. So I always knew, like... And when we started dating also, he told me that I'm a polygamist. like this. This is what I'm looking forward to be having along the way. Obviously, I won't just do it. I'll communicate with you, and he respected all of that. He communicated like.
And I respect him for telling you from the get-go.
Yeah, nothing was new at all.
Which means you just went
knowing.
You wanted to.
Yes.
Not because you were now all of a sudden and you love this person and you don't, type of situation. I feel like so many people think that's the case. And
actually, so many people think that I came in because of money, not knowing that when I came in, there was no money. There was no money, and he was actually going through a lot. I was there also for him, like to support where I could. And yeah, even like Leandro coming back and us all being together, like there was still no money. So when we took it out on social media, that's where things were getting back to normal. And then things getting back to normal on his side, going good and all of those stuff. And then people are just, girls, they'll rather be in a polygamous relationship just for money. Like, what do you mean? Because we've been eating quota with this person before. Taking Ubers with this person. What do you mean? Just because you're seeing it now doesn't mean that it's only here now. So at the end of the day, I don't defend myself. For as long as I know my truth, the rest of the people, they can believe whatever they want to believe.
What is the most money you've made on one trade? Since we are speaking about money.
Okay. The most trade that I've made and the most money I've made in one trade was $8,000. Yeah, it's little. For prop firms, it's so little.
But that's
Trust me.
That's
so
almost
little.
200K, if not.
Yeah, 100 and something, 200, I think.
Because I know 5 point something is 100K.
But I was scammed. They didn't want to pay me
that money. Why? And you just let go.
I feel like by then I didn't know much about prop firms. If I was scammed now, but I posted them on social media saying I want my money. Where did I end? On social media posting only. So,
what are prop firms?
Prop firms. Prop firms are, how can I put it? They're a third-party funding company, I can say, which fund people with the skill. So you buy an account, like instead of you investing or funding with 300 Rand, you can rather buy an account that is worth $5,000 with that 300 Rand. So that allows you to like trade freely. What the lot size you'll use on your 300 Rand account wouldn't be the same as the one you'll use on the 5,000 account. So meaning that it allows you to leverage freely. And yeah.
And what do you think about the full margin traders?
Yeah. I don't understand what they're doing. And I feel like they're just gamblers on my side. Like, why would you want to risk it all? Unless maybe you have something to trade with tomorrow. On our side, it's a matter of it's this, or you'll have to take a long time without having an account. That's how I grew up. So it was a matter of fact of I have to try and protect the funds that I have at all costs.
So do you think they don't have the risk thingy?
Risk management skills? Nope.
At all?
At all. Why would
do you know of anyone who wins full margin?
Yes, I know.
That you can say, okay, I've seen this person.
Yeah.
Who?
Quite a few. But the problem is that it's either they come with the mindset, it's either I make it or I blow. Like, which I feel like that's a crazy mindset. And to mention their names, it will be like I'm saying you are crazy, so I won't mention their names. So they come with that mindset. Whenever they are putting full margin, it's a matter of fact of it's either I make it or I lose it. So
because a whole lot of people think trading is easy.
Honestly speaking,
we see profits, but we don't see the losses. What is the biggest misunderstanding?
Okay, so honestly speaking, I wouldn't say Forex is hard at all.
Okay.
Instead, I'd say it's tricky. I'll make an example that I usually make, which is maths. So in primary school or in the smaller grades, they'll teach you what is 1 plus 1, 2. What is 2 plus 2? 4. 1 minus 1, 0. 2 minus 1, and all of those stuff. And then when you get into the exam, they won't repeat the same thing. But if you understood the basics, you'll be able to solve that problem. Meaning that in the exam, they can say, what is 2 minus 1 plus 1? You know, now it's mixed. So if you understand the Forex basics, it's easy for you to tackle around Forex. So like just to have to give you a short brief on how Forex works, I'd say that Forex is a matter of fact of buying and selling of currencies. So you buy if you think that that currency will be gaining value. You sell if you think that that currency will be losing value or losing strength. So now what's the tricky part? The tricky part is to get a formula that will assist you in predicting whether you have to buy or you have to sell, without even you having to check the fundamental side on how is the economy doing and all of those stuff. Like, for example, in South Africa, they're affected by COVID, and it means that a lot of things demand money out of, like, for lack of a better word, I'll just say out of the economy pocket somehow. So it means money is coming out, not coming in. In it coming out, it means that, and a lot of people are losing their jobs and all of those stuff. It means that that thing is affecting the economy, how? Negatively. In it affecting the economy negatively, you'll want to sell the South African rand. So whenever you're trading, you are comparing two different currencies, betting that one is doing better than the other. So in that being said, you can't buy both, you can't sell both. You can't trade South African rand on its own. You gotta combine it with any other currency, for example the United States dollar, and then you compare these two on which one is doing better than the other. If you think that the United States dollar is doing better than the other, you are most likely to buy the United States dollar while selling the South African rand. If it's the other way around, you're most likely to sell the United States dollar and buy the South African rand. And if you predict that right, that's how you become profitable. If you don't predict that right, that's how you become in losses. So it's a matter of fact of you getting the right formula on what is going to happen next, as it takes us back to technical analysis. Technical analysis is where you analyze technically. You analyze the technical data of those currencies. So in that being said, it's all about looking at previous data in order to understand what might happen next. So in that being said, you gotta get the formula that works effectively to predict on what can happen next. Which, just to clear your mind and make you even come back here, which can make you also come back here. Think of it in this way. Let's say we have a circle, square, and a triangle. Circle, square, triangle. What is the next shape? Let's say the pattern is circle, square, triangle. What is the next shape? You don't know? Good. Obviously, you don't know. Why? Because the pattern hasn't been repeated.
Okay.
But if we now...
thinking I was stupid.
No. So if we now have a circle, square, triangle, circle, you know that the next shape is a square, triangle, because now the shape has been repeated. So also in terms of like looking for your formula, you look at what has happened in the past repeatedly, and then you predict that, okay, there are high chances that this might happen again. And then you take things from there. For example, if price always bought in this level for the first time, obviously you wouldn't predict from the first time, as you couldn't like tell me what's the next shape without it being repeated. So if it bounces here for the first time, buys, bounces for the second time, buys, on the third time you've kind of think it is most likely to do what? To bounce again and buy, because it's what it has been doing previously. So it's all about getting the right formula in predicting the next move.
I'm gonna train with you. Thank you very much. Because I feel like these guys complicate this whole situation, and I feel like you know how to speak and teach.
Yeah, teaching, I can say yes.
Yeah, and you speak in a way someone has to listen to you and they take in the information. Whereas these male dominant Forex traders don't really know how to speak properly, and their accents are wild. But anyway, I'm going to train with you.
Okay.
Where can I train with you if I want to train with you?
I usually teach online rather than physical, because the last time I didn't have the last experience of like physical attendance wasn't good. It wasn't good intentions from the student side to my side. So from there, I was just like nothing physical until maybe I get an office or so. So everything of mine so far is just online.
That's amazing. I don't even know how long we've been doing this whole episode, because it's not doing what I normally know it does, the cameras. But anyway, let's carry on, man. And what would you say to the society that, you know, deems polygamy as sin in a way? But yet it's done in the black community.
Okay. So with that, rather than speaking opinions, or I don't know how to put it, but let me rather speak facts, which is like kuyaphilega, guys, you know? Kuyaphilega, kuthi kuphilega, like how, instead, let me just put it this way: how to have a successful polygamous marriage or relationship, I can say to people who are still starting this journey, is that it's all in the head. As in, like, it's all in ubaba wasekhaya. Kuqala kuyena before kuza kwabantu besifazane, yabona? So ubaba wasekhaya should know what he wants, should stand for what he wants, should be honest, transparent, should have a direction, yabona? And then kuza kwabesifazane, it's mostly the case that and in that case you'll never be happy in your life, and you'll always think that polygamy doesn't work. But instead, imagine if you'll worked together towards assisting the head in whatever goal he wants to accomplish. So on my side, it was a matter of fact of that. It's okay, let's sit down, speak. Imagine if we all worked with each other towards growing the man that we are with. And also, if you try and like and shine in front of his eyes because of uthando and all of those stuff, nami obviously I'll reciprocate. So meaning sasophila impilo yokuthi ufuna ukuthandwa nami ngifuna ukuthandwa, and mesenza njalo simphilisa kabuhlungu the head, yabona, simphilisa kabuhlungu because now sifuna umkhethisa, which is something that wouldn't happen if the head has a direction and is standing for whatever he wants, yabona. So rather, let us work together. And obviously, people will ask, what do you do with jealousy and all of those stuff? On my side, I'd say I mastered the art of suppressing jealousy with love. Whenever I felt jealous, I had to make any action out of love to suppress the jealousy until it was just natural. It's okay.
This is what it is.
Like, because I won't lie and say it's kwele sasingekho. I'd be lying if I said that. Sasikhona kakhulu nje. And I remember,
For how long has it been there? Like
for more than a year and months.
Crazy.
It's something that I didn't master like overnight. Like, I remember the first time when we met with the girl, with Lerato, my sister wife. I remember when we met for the first time. And obviously we were in one place, 3-bedroom house and all of those stuff at Andy's place. So obviously we sleep in separate bedrooms, sharp. It's my first time being in a polygamous relationship and all of those stuff, and then the guy makes it worse by going to sleep in her room that day. Yo.
Angayikhulumanga.
Yo. Like, I didn't know what was the drill. The girl knew the drill because she was once in a polygamous relationship with him.
Okay.
So now I didn't know the drill. It's okay. It's like this. Sleep this side, sleep that side. I didn't know the drill at all. Yo, to be honest, I feel like I've never been so hurt in my life.
How did you find out?
How did I find out? I'm in the house most.
So you were like...
I'm in the house.
Mm-hmm. You were peeping through the...
Obviously, if he's not in my room, where else can he be?
I thought it was a 3-bedroom.
He'll never. So, yeah, I don't want to lie. That broke me into pieces because it was just like, it's our first time meeting. I don't know the drill as yet. They haven't taught me, okay, in polygamy, this, that.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I don't want to lie. That broke me into pieces.
How was she introduced to you?
It was so weird. It was so weird because, like, I don't quite remember, but...
Let's eat.
Okay. It was so weird because... Let me take the small one. It was so weird because I don't quite remember correctly whether... Okay. Because I had flew from Durban coming this side to meet her. And then it was a matter of fact, she came, she found me there. I was seated, SOFA, I didn't know whether to stand up and go and hug her or what. I was so confused. What should I do? For a moment, I froze. She came to me and then I saw her coming to me and then I stood from there. We hugged, hey, hello. And then Daddy started saying that this is Lerato, Diego's mom. Lerato, this is Tiran. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and then from there, like, on that day, there was nothing hectic that was spoken besides that. The next day, sharp after, he slept in her room. We went out. I wasn't even speaking the way I was so angry. Like, when I woke up, I went to take a shower. They said, we're going out. I wasn't talking to anyone. Like, I wasn't talking to anyone.
You were Tirelo in this relationship.
Yay! They asked me, are you okay? Are you okay? I was so angry. And for a moment, I just said to myself, I don't think I can do this. On day one, I was just like, I don't think I can do this. Sharp, time went by, and then that day, now it was, it's okay. Now they're telling me he's telling me how's the drill and all of those stuff. You know, when you've accepted something but it hasn't happened physically. So it was that thing. It's okay. I a long time accepted it, but it wasn't now physical. Now when it's physical, I see good. And then after that, man, I learned we got along with the girl. We became friends, from friends to sisters. Like, a lot of people who will bump into us, they wouldn't even say that we share a man, because that's the bond we have.
It's like being in a relationship with your best friend. And then how long did it take from you being angry to you now accepting and becoming close to her?
Okay. For that day or what?
No, like as time
along the way. It didn't take me long. As I said, that I tried by all means that I suppressed, what's this thing called? I suppressed jealousy through love. So I pretended until it was no more pretendance, it was real. And also I'd say that she made it easy for me. Like, maybe if she was a matter of fact of that type of girl who's loud and crazy, I think it would have been hard.
Yeah.
But she's a sweetheart. She's so calm, down to earth. Like,
shout out to her. Shout out
to my sister wife, man.
Yo.
And I was even coming with her here. It's just that she had somewhere to attend to.
I wish she came, because I'm confused. I was confused, but now I understand where you're coming from, you know, type of. I was not even confused in a way. I was just like, I felt bad. I don't know why.
Bad of what?
Oh my gosh. Was she forced into this?
No.
Did she have no choice? I mean, I'm asking myself the same questions
Choice.
Twitter would ask.
Sorry.
Twitter would ask.
Choice.
Yeah, it's by choice, obviously, but then I think a person from the outside wouldn't see it as that because
If it wasn't a choice, what would it have been?
I mean, we open the TV and we see Muselekus and the dynamics they have. And
Don't you think they have a choice?
Well, right now they feel like they're forced to, or they're forcing themselves to be in that marriage to gain something. You know, in my eyes, I don't know.
On my side,
in my eyes, it's giving you're forced to be in this situation because the way they're acting right now, I would have left.
Nah, on my side, I wasn't forced. As I said, that he was my crush from grade 10, and him being my crush, it was just out of what I was seeing on social media. And as I got to know the person, I was just like, okay, this is the person I'd like to be with. And from grade 10, I was just like, he should be the one who takes my virginity, no matter what.
That was your first man?
He's my first and last, man.
You never know, Pep.
I know.
Okay.
That for sure, I
good
know.
Good energy.
Just joking, guys, before you'll come for me when things go wrong. But in the name of Jesus, nothing shall go wrong.
So you only lost your virginity now?
Yeah, when I was 21. 20.
Okay.
Almost 21.
Because I thought
October 20.
after marriage and stuff.
October
You
20.
couldn't
He
wait.
married me after a year after.
Oh, that was just like Peleza Lanje. Peleza. Is that the right word?
Peleza.
Feta. Like Uqedelele.
Nah, I feel like I was also ready. It was a matter of fact, I've been ready. It's just that I was just waiting for this one person to do it.
Okay, so that time you got married, like legally? Is that what you mean?
So far, we haven't signed.
Imihlolo.
What?
Why? There's still a wedding coming.
We haven't signed, but Lobola has been paid, what has been done, and all of those stuff. It's just that we haven't signed.
Why?
Hi, guys. Sibangani, man.
Okay, you're married.
Culturally, we are married.
Mm.
And even lawfully, we are married. It's just that I can't change my surname until
You officially get married.
Legally. I've signed. Because Lobola is regarded as marriage. Once there's money and cows exchanged and you wrote down a letter, you can produce that letter and as proof. So far we haven't signed. Why? We will soon. I just don't like announcing things, but we will soon. But I feel like we're young, man. Not that means anything. On my side, I'm settled. Like, I want him and only him. I'm not even opening my eyes on other guys. My eyes are just like this. I can't see anyone else. But yeah. But I can't see anyone else. I feel like, I don't know. But soon. This year, definitely.
So it's a lot, guys.
Yeah, this year definitely.
We'll be live, recording the whole wedding. That's for you guys.
So yeah.
But thank you very much for coming through, man. I really enjoyed. Was there any fire question?
Not even one. There were questions I was expecting, but you didn't ask it. And on the previous episodes, you were asking those questions.
Which questions are these?
We'll leave those questions for
Previous episode. Which one? The one I posted now?
the ones you've choked with other people.
What in your thingy? What in your industry?
No,
Just
with
normal
my
people?
man and some other people, but we're not there. We're not there.
But anyway, my name is Sky Coleman, and this was Say your name, my sister. Say your name. Saying your
it's
name.
because you're saying this was as if I'm no more that.
Also, this is.
Tiran the goat, the one and only female goat in the industry.
And you should follow her at
Tiran the goat. Tiran the goat.
The Goat. And you should follow me at. Damn, today I'm not feeling it, guys. Tiran is intimidating me clearly.
Jwang.
I can see it. At all. Like, you need a repeat. But anyway, guys, I'll see you on the next one. This was The Burning Topic. Follow me at Skyco_ and at The Burning Topic, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay blessed.
Peace out.
Why
are you taking?
I don't know.